Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ryan Witry. We start tonight with organizations across the tri-state celebrating a record-setting season of giving. I had a chance to speak to some local groups to see what this season means to them. Around the world, people are mourning the loss of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, the legendary South African leader who helped bring an end to apartheid. Joining us now to discuss his legacy is Reverend Gerald Arnold from the NAACP. Reverend Arnold, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, sir.
So let's get right into it. In your opinion, for the people at home, what made Archbishop Tutu such an important figure not only in South Africa, but for global politics?
From hot food to farm animals to hundreds of toys and gifts, people here in Bremen say they wanted to help the families affected by the storms earlier this month enjoy themselves, enjoy the company of others, and have a good time this Christmas. I'm going to step out of the frame just for a moment here to give you all a better look at the scene here at the Bremen Community Center. Brad, as you can see behind me, there's still a very active scene here near the intersection of 3rd and Oregon. Police have a pretty extensive perimeter set up around the area, including the home where they believe the suspect is. You can actually hear a line of communication over a megaphone. When authorities came to this mobile home on Evansville's northeast side Wednesday, they found trash from floor to ceiling, drugs, and a baby. Tonight that baby is in the hospital and their parents are in jail. But one thing many people didn't get in their stockings: at-home COVID-19 testing kits. In fact, this is only one of 2 home tests we're able to find across 5 different retailers. And the need for testing is at an all-time high, but kits like these are nearing a low. Now experts and lawmakers are trying to figure out their next steps. It was certainly an inauspicious start to the school board meeting here at the Central Services building last night. After they said the Pledge of Allegiance, one man was asked to leave after reportedly refusing to put on a mask. Broken windows and busted pews now serve as a reminder of a shocking incident where authorities say a group of boys broke into Mount Zion Church here in northern Warwick County. But caretakers for this historic church can't quite figure out why it happened. Evansville is celebrating Small Business Saturday. Here in Owensboro, some families are kicking off the holiday season by coming to this rink behind the convention center as part of the city of Owensboro's 12 Days of Christmas. It's pretty quiet out here. I would almost say a little too quiet. Hold up. I gotta go. Reporting from Newburgh, Ryan Witry, Eyewitness News. The 420 main building is no more. Where Evansville's largest building once stood, a pile of rubble and a massive cleanup effort. Evansville Mayor Lloyd Wittke was on hand to see the end of an era.
I've literally had dozens of people say, I started my career in that building. And they're telling me stories about when they started working, and that's pretty cool.
But as one era ends, another one is just about to start.
Hopefully after 3 or 4 months of clearing the debris, you'll see construction that will start relatively soon. We begin, we hope, on a new $60 million development there.
Sunday's implosion came after officials urged the public to stay at home and avoid the area around the implosion.
Well, everybody was very cooperative with us. We haven't had any major issues at all today, so everything went as well as could be expected from our standpoint.
But just a few blocks away, one of the last tenants of 420 Main, attorney Neil Chapman, hosted a party at the Fifth Third Tower to watch the implosion.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm so full of adrenaline right now. I don't think anyone was disappointed with viewing that. It was flat out spectacular. I don't think Evansville's ever seen anything quite like it.
Chapman says he's optimistic for the future of downtown.
All of us over a certain age have always taken the 420 Main for granted. It was an icon. Now it's gone. It's sad, but also exhilarating. Absolutely exhilarating and exciting for the future and the new opportunities to breathe new life into our downtown.
Contractors say the implosion went smoothly, paving the way for a new chapter in Evansville's history. He's a bit early, but Santa Claus has come to town to help deliver gifts to the children of Dawson Springs.
God allows me to do stuff like this and be able to come and touch the lives of these little ones and these families and spread a little Christmas cheer right now because they need it. You know, and it's just, I can't describe how it makes me feel.
With his reindeer busy preparing for Christmas, Santa left the sleigh at home and got a ride from the Morganfield Police Department.
it's making these kids smile, changing lives. We're designed to build people up. That is what we are supposed to do.
Morganfield Police Chief Jeff Deibler says he was inspired after seeing Emily White open gifts in the street.
Disaster is what brought that forth, but a little girl that didn't say a word to us, she didn't say anything to us that day, hadn't said anything to me at all since, you know. Just watching her face and watching her unwrap those presents, and her sister too, and that's what it's all about.
Emily's father, Chad Lee, says he's just happy people could help his children and his community celebrate Christmas.
It brought tears in my eyes, man. It brought tears in my eyes. That was for sure. And just seeing how happy Emily was, and that's not knowing if he was going to be able to have Christmas.
She didn't even get to meet Santa Claus because of the coronavirus last year. We were scared she'd get sick, so we didn't take her to anywhere. You understand what I'm saying, baby? This has all been big for her and new to her.
With candles in their hands, they came together to honor a friend, a brother, and a colleague.
It's a very powerful moment knowing that each agency has each other's backs no matter what, supporting their brothers and sisters, and all in all, it's just very inspiring and powerful.
On a board, organizers wrote Deputy Brian Hicks's badge number, along with one simple message: we are praying.
Give us a peace that goes beyond understanding. We're praying, Lord Jesus, all of us here on behalf of Deputy Brian Hicks, Lord, you would fill up the place where he is at right now.
As people came to the Posey County Courthouse, some still couldn't believe what had happened.
Those things seem to always happen somewhere else, and you know, we don't expect it to happen at home, but it did, and of course, you know, I was in total shock, and you know, I know the families, and so it makes it real difficult.
And as Deputy Hicks continues his fight, people are asking for faith and prayers.
This is such a tragedy, and you know, we just urge everybody to pray for Brian Hicks and hope and pray for his full recovery.
Speakers at the vigil say that Brian Hicks only ever wants to do one thing, the right thing.
One of Brian's passions was always to help others. And that he wouldn't be sorry for what happened because he knew that he was doing the right thing at the right time, and he was in the right place, and he knew the risks.